Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new around here, my name's Gavin, and on this video I am going to test whether the advice, which is really popular within the drone community, of whenever you take your drone out for flying, you should put your phone in airplane mode, which will reduce your signal interference and provide a stronger signal, is actually a true statement, or whether it is a big fat myth. So let's get into it. So for the purpose of this video, I will be using two drones. I'm going to be using the DJI Air 2S, which of course is OcuSync, and I'm going to be using the DJI Mavic Mini, which of course is standard Wi-Fi. The reason for using two different drones is of course it just takes out the differences in terms of model specifics, and one model might be a little bit more susceptible to interference than the other. So I'm going to try it on both. Not to mention OcuSync is that slightly bit better at deflecting interference, so of course it makes sense to have the Mavic Mini with us as well. So here we are on location, and I have chosen a wide open field where there is absolutely little to no interference whatsoever, which of course can possibly skew our results. So first things first, you can see my phone menu. Absolutely everything is turned on. We have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth, etc. And then if we switch to our DJI Air 2S transmission tab, you can see we are on dual band, and the transmission interference is incredibly low, virtually non-existent. So let's just leave this to settle out for a few moments. You can see nothing really changes of note. So let's quickly click over to 2.4 gigahertz then and just see what happens. And again, you know, it's dancing around a little bit, but very ultimately low levels. We'll do the exact same with 5.8 and just see what happens there. And again, very low levels of anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the phone into airplane mode now, turn absolutely everything off, and just see whether these levels are even lower than what they was before. So let's do that now. Let's put the phone into airplane mode then, turn everything off. There we go. And if we pop back to our transmission tab, you will see that the interference is about the same as it was before. Let's just let it settle out for a few seconds just to be certain. So I'll repeat that with the 2.4. And again with the 5.8. Now, judging by those results, what we saw on screen, for me, there is not enough evidence there to show that switching your Wi-Fi on or off, or airplane mode on or off, etc., actually has a profound effect on your signal interference. So let's quickly try the DJI Mavic Mini then. So the Mavic Mini, again, we've got everything switched on. So Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Let's switch to our transmission tab. And you can see those bars are pretty stable. And with the DJI Mavic Mini, you want the bars as low as possible, and you want them green. Many people did used to get a little bit confused, thinking that the higher the bar, the stronger the signal. No, this section is measuring interference. You want it as low as possible. So again, you know, these things seem pretty standard. No problems there. So what we're going to do is, we're going to switch our Wi-Fi off and put our phone into airplane mode then, and just see if that makes a difference. And for me, absolutely no difference whatsoever then. As far as I am personally concerned, there is absolutely zero benefit to putting the phone in airplane mode. Of course, the issue we have here is the fact that I was out in the middle of nowhere, and your phone being such a concentrated source right in front of the controller. If that phone was putting out any sort of Wi-Fi signal and inducing interference, of course, because we were so isolated, you would have seen it. It is as simple as that. The reason why I wanted to use the DJI Mavic Mini, of course, is because it's a little bit more susceptible to interference, really. So, you know, and the bars show a little bit better on the DJI Mavic Mini as well, so we can really accurately show any interference. But of course, as you saw, there was none, regardless of whether we was in airplane mode or not. So one question you may have then is, if you are out flying, despite everything we've just seen, should you put your phone in airplane mode? Very simply, my answer to that is a big yes. Do put your phone in airplane mode. And the reason for that is very simple. You do not want any form of notifications, phone calls, Instagram notifications, Facebook, texts, you name it. All of those are a distraction to you as a pilot while you are flying. Popping your phone in airplane mode may not improve your signal or make any difference when it comes to interference, but it will of course stop you being distracted or any unwanted phone calls disturbing your flight. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do check out all of my other videos I've done on this channel. I've done such a wide variety. I'm sure there is something that you will find interesting. Thank you very much for watching and see you again soon.